We turn our attention now to matters related to the advancement of women as we continue to mark Women's Month. This time around, we speak to the National Empowerment Fund about their efforts in seeking to advance the women agenda through funding. The NEF's Nomfundo Fakudze joins us for this conversation. Thank you so much for making time for us this morning, Nomfundo. Of course, it's been a criterion for the NEF to empower women in this regard. Talk to us more about where you are in terms of building a sustainable trajectory in this regard.
Good morning, Tumisang. Good morning to you and your viewers. Yes, I'm from the National Empowerment Fund. Just to explain what we do, we are a development finance institution that has a sole mandate to ensure the participation of Black people in the mainstream economy. We do this by offering financial and non-financial support to our investees. So today we're talking about the Women Empowerment Fund being Women Month. Happy Women's Day to all the women. Well, not Women's Month to all the women out there. The fund was actually established by the National Empowerment Fund in trying to address the legacies of the past, which has seen especially Black women being relegated to the lowest levels, both socially and economically. The NEF then came up with this product that seeks to ensure the participation of Black women in the mainstream economy. We also believe that when we fund a woman, you fund a nation. So of the 8.6 billion that has been injected into the economy by the National Empowerment Fund, 4 billion has been repaid by women-owned businesses, thus showing their diligence in managing debt and their businesses. So the WEF, Women Empowerment Fund, has been established solely to support majority Black women-owned and managed businesses.
And, you know, with the progress from the WEF as a separate element from what the work of the NEF essentially is about, it's quite encouraging to hear that women that have been funded are seeing some sort of considerable difference in economic participation. I'd like us to talk about the sectors in the South African economy where we are seeing that advancement planted through an initiative such as WEF.
So therefore, the funding has been across different sectors, from secondary to tertiary sectors of our economy. Looking at our book, we've got women that have participated in energy sector. Over 40% of our book lies in Black women, which would be your petrol stations such as the Sasols and the BPs. Then we've got women in the tourism sectors. We've got hotels. One such that I recall is Dongala, which is in Ladysmith, owned by Ms. Ruby Shabalala. We've seen women participate in construction of student accommodation through T-Lane. We've funded businesses in the construction space as well. So we've got a lot of women, and we're happy to see the impetus of women participating in these different sectors.
There's also a special focus on Black women that are to be funded under the WEF project. Let's discuss briefly about how important it is to have a deliberate attempt, really, on the side of funding, especially because in South Africa and the landscape we speak of having a level playing field and also speaking of redress. How important does this become really when it comes to balancing the scale here?
I think, as I mentioned earlier when we started the conversation, is that women have been lagging behind in this economy. So we are being deliberate in ensuring that we've got a product that focuses and targets Black women-owned businesses. And we need to ensure that, those businesses is not a window dressing exercise, that they're Black-owned, they're Black-managed by these women that run these businesses. So operational involvement from our perspective is quite important. And we've got a post-investment unit as well that assists with monitoring of this book and hand-holding should there be any shortages in some of the things which would be financial controls or marketing, etc. So we'd assist and be deliberate to assist them in that regard.
Thank you so much for those insights. That is Nomfundo Fakudze from the National Empowerment Fund, this time around talking to us about the Women Empowerment Fund as we mark Women's Month.